Hello, everyone, and welcome to ALTTPR League, where we have a casual boots race here for us tonight between the Grouchy Old Men and Where's My Meme Item. Representing both is Slowpoke and Zaruvyen. I'm your Uncle Finch. I'm joined here in the booth with Lumaga. How are you doing tonight, Lumaga?
I'm doing great because both my teammates are running and I got the week off.
There you go. I also want to give a huge shout out to Artaro, who is doing the restreaming for us, and then also Moon Risen Phoenix, who is clicking the buttons, keeping us honest, already having those boots and sword tracked, because we start off with both of those in casual boots.
Yep. Go fast, stabby, stabby, save the princess, and then go find that meme item.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, so right now, the Grouchy Old Men sitting at 0-2, right, having faced the Uncle Routers last week. They are both Vert and Slowpoke, my teammates, are racing concurrently against Zaruvyen and Amara Thayer, respectively. So, you know, this series will be done tonight.
Right. There is something to be said about, like, hey, we're wrapped up for the week. Time to cast Final Fantasy spell on Ganon, apparently, as we are underway. But yeah, like, Uncle Routers already 4-0, and that is a Kana Samaria already in Link's house.
Doesn't do much for us, but it's one less thing to find.
Yep. If anything, it may incentivize going to Ice Palace, given the item count, just from a icebreaker perspective, from what other kind of fun things we've got. And getting just a piece of heart there on Uncle. About to say Zaruvyen.
Yeah, you never know. That meme item could be right there, and you just passed it up.
Right, there was the hammer, or there was the medallion that you need for Meyer or Turtle Rock. But fortunately, it went back, even though it was just a piece of heart. It's, especially this early, it is that quality of life, that just peace of mind.
Oh yeah, don't skip that. You don't want to come back here, and that quarter heart is, you're gonna come across that fourth quarter heart at just the right moment, give you a refill. So pick up them if they're in the chest, of course.
And the racers are neck and neck at this point, setting up for a quick Blue Knight kill. And hey, we've got some bombs, so we don't need to worry about farming those for Kakariko Village.
Yeah, even in cash boots, right? You'll have the boots to get into the back of escape, but you can also bonk one of the rocks and get a guaranteed bomb out of the rocks by the fortune teller north of the village. So even if you don't get them, it's still not so bad, as long as you know where to pick them up.
Right. And sort of interesting, a couple different strategies for tackling this opening between the two racers. Zaruvyen using those boots a little bit more, but has been doing a little bit slower execution. Slowpoke using the boots probably, I'd say, a little bit less, but more methodical execution-wise there. So they are neck and neck with that.
Yeah, the thing you want out of escape is, very clean movement. Try to avoid your bonks. If you get close to like a 5, 25, 30 escape, you're doing pretty good here, especially in a boot seed. Right. You do better than that. It's just gravy.
Right, or like it's always nice when you find that mirror in like Zelda Cell. Although then it's like you have to remember to use it. Not the case in this one. So far, just that Kana Samaria being the major item in these first 5.5 minutes so far. The racers are neck and neck, and And as chat pointing out, whoever wins this segment definitely is either going to win or lose.
So a question in chat, is the sword guaranteed? This is casual boots mode, so you start with the boots, but casual is sword assured and a standard start. So you start in Link's house in the rain state. So yes, we do get it right off the bat.
Which also does have good implications when going through, like when going to Uncle, where you can dash through. Because even though it doesn't look like you have the sword, you can dash through bushes as if you had the sword.
Mm-hmm. Also kind of sets up a little bit higher chance that you're going to run into Aghanim early on. Having a sword already, that's one less item you need to find in order to break the barrier at the top of the castle. So it's higher chance, slightly, that you'll make it into the Dark World via Aga.
That's a good point. And Slowpoke pulling the key off of that key rat a little bit, just a split second earlier, but we have not yet found the map yet, have we?
I have not seen it. There it is. So yeah, finding that map means there will be some item in the Sanctuary chest. Because that's included in the escape pool.
Right. And but yeah, our racers are looking at about a 5:30 completion here, a little bit before that even. So very good escape sequence from both runners.
Yeah, photo finish, really.
Yeah, both on slightly different sides of 5:25, but 5:25 is a very solid start.
Map check was 2 crystals I saw in Eastern and Desert. That Hera one I did not see.
It is a red crystal. So we've got 3 pendants in the Dark World.
So that'll be nice because your longer dungeons are typically in the Dark World. So if you don't have to do them because they're pendants, even better.
All right, and a little bit of divergence. This is going to give Slowpoke a little bit earlier Lumberjack Ledge information. Slowpoke trying to do a tree pull just for a couple hearts.
Yeah, I like the Aga check or the Lumberjack check early because, as we already talked about, the higher chance of Aga, and you need the boots to bust down the tree, which will get you that item. Looked like it was maybe 300 rupees up there, just by the little bit of pixels I saw.
Yep, it looked like that was indeed 300 pixels. 300 rupees. There we go. But with the book, Zaruvyen alertly gonna go ahead and check what pedestal is. And
there's a few pence.
Yep, and interestingly, gonna go ahead and skip out on Kakariko Village. We'll see what Slowpoke does after this, but this is going to be South Shore, it looks like, for Zaruvyen.
Okay, real interesting. So, where's my meat? I am doing this on both races tonight. I saw Amarth also do a Kak skip and head towards, I think Amarth went towards Eastern. So, we're going South Shore and skipping out on Kak entirely. Interesting strategy.
Yep, and it's one of those where it's not too bad to get back to Kakariko Village. And if you happen to find the requisite items and you can skip out on coming back to Kakariko until like you're going to Dark World there, that can save a good amount of time. But let's see what we get here.
Yeah, but if it's a stack of Rico, you're going to miss out. Ooh, Master Sword.
Master Sword and like 700, 600, 700 rupees almost. I mean, less than 700, but it was 200-300 drops there.
Yeah, so we found 3 of them. One on Lumberjack as well. I think there's 5 in the pool, and we got enough money for Zora and maybe another couple of games in the Dark World. Might need some money to open up Pod still.
Slowpoke does pull that cane of Burna there, so for an old man getting 2 canes already.
Oh, the hammer.
All right, so, we just need a Moon Pearl and a glove, and then we've got Dark World access.
Zaruvyen out of the Ice Rod Cave, sets up the water walk, able to check out the Hylia Island. Looks like a bottle over there, and I think we saw a flute over in the well as well.
Well, we have... what have we here? Unfortunately, Slowpoke is short by 9 rupees. So Bottle Merchant will have to wait just a little bit.
You could go right back in and get those 2 5 rupees out of the pots in the well and just be done with it. And this is not lingering, on the back of your mind. He may do that. He's not.
That's one where it's like, and you might check here first also. That is not a great return on investment there. Slowpoke does get the chicken clip though, so I believe that. So that's some medium luck there.
I'm gonna have to talk to him about that. You can lock the game with the chicken clip if you're unlucky. So please be warned that that's a possibility if you plan on doing that.
Slowpoke, a veteran racer, been racing I think for 5-6 years at this point. But we'll go ahead and skip out on Bottle Merchant for the time being.
Yeah, I do. I have seen Slowpoke around since season 2, and he's been a member of the Grouchy Old Men since season 3.
All right, but yeah, with that flute. Oh, and there's Flippers.
Oh. All right, Kakariko paid off fairly handsomely.
Say, with the hammer, the flute, the Flippers, like with this opening kind of section. And there's the lamp over on Zaruvyen's side. Hope it stays lit because, it was a little flooded. But yeah, this is very different information between the 2 runners. There's our second shield that we've seen now.
2 of them out in the open.
Oh,
okay,
that's
bottle
right.
vendor. Just a few sticks.
Yeah, but I like that, waiting to come back until after you've already, because you can just flute the 3 and you're good.
I like the aggression here. You have the book, right? So desert is open. If you get a glove on the way or in desert, right? Desert is fully beatable. It's the only thing we're missing here because we have a lamp now.
Right. It still gives a lot of information while you're on this side of the world. You've got Agina's cave. You're only going to get. Oh, gets a little bit taken in by that antlion there, but. All right, and there is a guaranteed item on Landmo. Slowpoke using the Canis Tamaria there to go ahead and take care of some of those Moldorms as well.
Wait a second. Is there? There could be something in the. Oh no! I'm sorry. You're right. There is one.
Yep. Yeah, we've already. Yep, we've got
That's
no
the
items
dungeon
yet.
items.
Slowpoke setting up for a water walk. But already has Flippers, so. But this does mean that Slowpoke. So Slowpoke is gonna. It looks like skip out on Ice Rod Cave for the time being, which will pay out. And with the boots and the flute, it's not too bad to get up there.
No, not at all. And Yeah, you mentioned, he does have the flippers. Even with flippers, you can still do a water walk. You can dash, and that's much faster than swimming. Although that is not the case that he has a water walk. Just trying to think where the next steps are. I know Mountain is open for Slowpoke. Oh, he is doing Ice Rod Cave.
Okay, and it might have been also just like trying to figure out what to do with how to tackle that. Mm-hmm. So both racers leaving behind some checks that the other will probably get a little bit later on. Like I see Slowpoke going ahead and just clearing out the rest of the water checks here. But I am curious. Zaruvyen. Okay, Zaruvyen's just going to approach from the south for Kakariko Village.
Oh, no bombs. He was hoping for a 50-50 out of that.
Oh, yep. I had not noticed the bomb count until just then. Good news is plenty of money to buy bombs.
And this check actually doesn't require a bomb. You can bonk through the wall to the other brother's house. And there is a 50-50 in one of the bushes outside of the bomb hut in the southwest of Kakariko Village. I can never find out which one it is, but I know it exists.
Oh, it's that one. You know that one.
The one you're pointing to right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What, you can't see me pointing at the screen?
Well, if you get that 50-50, the bomb hut's right there. You get 4 more bombs out of it, and that's okay. Save some money.
Yep. All right, and that is going to be the fire shield there for Zaruvyen. So I think at this point, Zaruvyen's seen desert. Let's see where Slowpoke goes from here. This may be the mountain. And it is.
Yeah, I think he's just about run out of things to do other than the mountain.
There's still Eastern area and an Eastern Palace dip at least.
Eastern Palace dip is a tough call sometimes because it is a sparse dungeon, and you don't have a bow. Certainly a bow could be there, but it's not likely.
Right. But yeah, between desert area, because that's what 4 items, and there's a tempered sword over on Gary. So
Gary, old man.
Yeah, a sword after my own heart, as part of tempered tantrum.
It's true.
Gotta say, Zaruvyen's MSU tonight is very chill. It's very chill. Oh, look, so there's some boots. But not a whole lot to do on the mountain at this point. You do get the save and quit spot though, so that's not nothing.
Yeah, here's that Eastern dip you were just talking about. So it may or may not be all that much. We do need a glove if we want to get to Dark World. Alternatively, we could find... we do have Dark World access via Aghanim right now, don't we?
We do.
Yeah.
Well, there's the Moon Pearl. And there's a glove.
So you have it by... You have it. There you go.
There you go. 17 minutes, 51 seconds. Let's go to the Dark World. And the good news for Zaruvyen, because Zaruvyen, is pretty much going to be on Slowpoke's tail for a little bit here, between the mountain and Eastern, but Zaruvyen also doesn't have too many other options. The only worry is potentially risking doing Aghanim, which is available, but it is not required to complete the seed.
So that stuff being in Sahasrara's closet, I don't suspect Ruby will do it. Map check. We got Pendant Pod. We got Pendant Thieves Town. Green Pendant Ice. And 5-6, other 5-6 is Skull Woods. But I don't see him, rushing Aghanim on that. I had totally forgotten that Slowpoke had not done Aga when you were talking about the Eastern Dip.
Oh, gotcha.
Saha.
Oh, Saha, yep. All right, and this is going to be a kind of quick check here for Slowpoke. Skull Woods, because it isn't locked by a whole lot aside from Dark World access, it is definitely a popular place for items to end up turning up. So I think this is a decent route to start off with, and just a key there.
Yeah, your first trip into the Dark World via the CAC portal, kind of tricky on this. I don't know which one I would choose. Maybe I would choose the front of Skullwood. You don't have a fire rod, so you obviously can't complete it. But Thieves Town, right, is a pendant. So do you really want to dip too far into a pendant dungeon? Maybe you do the front 4, and that's it. So it's maybe a tough call. Dealer's choice on that one.
All right, meanwhile, we've gotten all of the... and Zaruvyen going to go ahead and make sure to not isolate the man under the bridge there. Slowpoke does get Bombos there, so not too far away from ice access, actually. Oh, and there's item number 2. That's convenient.
Yeah, Bombos in a heart container. Good haul.
And 20 minutes being at 9 hearts, that feels pretty good. That's a pretty good feeling.
And he's got a loadout for just about anything he wants to get done. Tempered Sword, you can do any boss easily on that one. Ooh. Okay, there was the Titan's Mitts behind the cape on Bumper Ledge.
Well, that is good info, and that's a good check because I've seen that one skipped a couple times, so that's excellent information. Zaruvyen is still the only one with Ped knowledge, but Ped is dead. Just some rupees. All right, and this is going to be, and chat did bring up doing Aghanim without the Moon Pearl is unlikely. That is a good point, and the Moon Pearl and Glove are right next to each other.
And there they are.
There we go. And going to do a quick save and quit.
So, I was going to say, starting from Link's house, he's headed to South Dark World, whereas Slowpoke had done Kakariko Portal. So we got a hype cave coming up.
Yep. And the racers, well, and actually, unfortunately, Zaruvyen won't be able to go up to go north. So I think Slowpoke will be a little bit more complete of a route here, especially if the cape is along the way. Although Zaruvyen will likely go the other way as well. Zaruvyen, though, could dip Pod without bow. Although without bow and without bottle, that kind of does limit you to Mimic Clip, depending on the item layout.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if Zaruvyen knows the Mimic Clip. But yeah, I could see Zaruvyen taking this, well, I was going to say all the way to the west, to the dig game, but he made a liar out of me.
And it's going to be pyramid, maybe into catfish here. Catfish, and this is completely anecdotal and, not reflective necessarily of anything, but it seems like there have been a lot of races where lately where catfish has had something and one racer goes there early and the other doesn't, and that proves to be the difference.
I don't like doing catfish any more than the next person, but I will always, root for something being on catfish just because it's annoying to get there. And so Ruby's taking that chance.
Hype Cave just having that shovel. We'll have to check back to see how useful that one is. And a cape would help Zaruvyen a lot. We'll see where Slowpoke goes from here, though. Going more towards pod. Again, not completable pod and not looking great for that. But let's see what Catfish has.
About what you'd expect.
Well, it's never something until it is. Welcome to Link to the Past Randomizer.
All right, so here is the Skullwoods Village of Outcast play. Slowpoke did Vu, and I believe he opened Thieves Town, but he didn't go in, did he?
Correct. He did open it up, but did not dip in. And I get the appeal of going in for the first 4 checks and evaluating from there. But there is still a lot of overworld available for Slowpoke that are pretty easy to get to. But Zaruvyen is going to skip out on Skull Woods for the time being, so we'll see which route Zaruvyen ends up taking, actually. That could be a little bit of trouble for Zaruvyen.
Why is that?
I think Zaruvyen goes south of Village of Outcast from here and will miss out on the MITS information.
Yeah, he won't miss. Yeah, he won't understand that it's up there. Oh, shoot.
Meanwhile,
I was going to say, not having the mirror, the fire rod, I can totally see why he wouldn't want to do Skullwoods North Dark World.
Speaking of, though, that's Eastern and Pod available.
Totally. Yeah, that's our, I believe, first Crystal Dungeon available to be completed in Eastern, and take the portal to Pod. Do you believe in Pendant Pod?
I do believe in Pendant Pod, but Slowpoke going to go ahead and take down Desert first, which is completable. So this will work out as well. And just need that fire source. And
that's true.
But Zaruvyen is going to go ahead and give us our first look into, or has been looking into, Thief Town so far. Oh, and pulled out Buttersword. So there was a sword. So that sword, I can see, depending on where the items end up kind of drying up. Slowpoke may also get that butter sword, but
it being in the front, it's more likely than not.
Right. It did look like that was one of the only. It was the only item that you would really care about in the front, at least. But
yeah, we got big key, small key, butter, and I think a dungeon item.
Yes.
Gutsy move going to the back of Thieves Town. First bottle, though.
Yep, there we go. second bottle we've seen, first collectible one. Because, yeah, I guess we need the mitts for the... or no, not the mitts. We need the mirror. The other item that's charged with an M.
The meme item?
Where is my meme item?
I'm going to let that joke die. I've done it like 6 times now.
And that was my first. All right. Slowpoke, though, going into the back of desert here. Zaruvyen on the way to collect the maiden here in Blind Cell. All right, so I think that... Yep, so there's going to be an item here in the big chest. Now, this could be interesting, because if this is something... If this is the cape, Slowpoke's going to take a while to get here. Oh, never mind. It was...
There's still one on blind, though.
Yep.
But yes, you're right. That deep, and it's required. You'll get funneled eventually, but it would look much better for Zaruvyen to have that, and, maybe he goes north.
Yep. I think that's... that will be, I think, Zaruvyen's out, especially having that cape. New light bulb invented? Enlighten me. Thanks, Blind. Thanks a bunch.
Pity laugh.
All right, meanwhile, simultaneous boss fights here.
Very well play on the script for Zaruvyen.
Thinking about saving and quitting there, but that is a Pendant of Wisdom there for Zaruvyen, and the first crystal of the match there for Slowpoke.
All right, with that bow in hand, I gotta imagine Eastern is really short in his line of view here.
I would agree with that, yeah. Zaruvyen here does have Dig Game and not K45, Stumpy.
Yep.
The thing north of K45.
Start at the mountain, get that real quick heart refill, and then flute away. Here comes 5. Yep. Now he's got both Pod and Eastern available, but no mirror, so not going to go even trek into Pod first.
Yeah.
Which is really dense. They've got 5 items there.
It is, but it is that while it's Pendant Pod, it's Pendant Pod. And if you can find more progression here, especially if you can find that cape, although it's one of those things where you hope cape is actually pretty late, so that the mitts are your go mode item.
Yeah, so much gets blocked by that, so not a terrible go mode item to have. You'll eventually get it, fairly quickly.
And there is that bow for Zaruvyen. So let's see where Zaruvyen takes that bow. Directly to 5. So looks like Zaruvyen will be right behind Slowpoke here.
Yeah, I don't think there's actually any other sensible play.
Yeah, Zaruvyen's already cleared out at least the front of desert. Zaruvyen not having the glove yet at that point, but overall, this decision makes the decision is a good decision there.
Okay, so the palette shuffle almost makes this Eastern look like Pod.
Right, I was thrown off there for a second, and it's like.
It's like, where is he?
All right, there's item number 2. Slowpoke is going to opt to just make sure that he's not going to leave behind an item here. So after Eastern, where does Slowpoke go?
If he gets nothing out of here, it's got to be Pod. Exit Eastern, flute to 5, and start all over from that area. I don't see anything else he can really do. No mirror, no mitts. There's a lot that's blocked off.
That would have been a perfect time for mirror or cape, and that is one of the good news of, like, there aren't a whole lot of options. We know now Thieves Town is not the answer. The sword's not nothing, but it's definitely not what the racers are looking for. Zaruvyen does still have Skull Woods to check as well. That's where that Bombos that Slowpoke has came from. Answering a question in chat, that is to be determined whether we're believing in Pendant Pod. But Slowpoke, we will get a decision from here in the next minute. Slowpoke about to take down the Armos Knights.
For Slowpoke, though, there is no other place he can actually go, though, right? He's done more checks than Zaruvyen.
Yeah, I mean, there's Pendant Thieves Town is the other one, but
yeah,
and that's about it. Slowpoke may be tempted, just because Slowpoke hasn't seen what's on pedestal. Zaruvyen did give us a ped check very early, and it was not anything.
Oh, we have a bottle turn in.
Oh, that's a good point.
Okay.
Well, that was fun.
I hope you feel good about yourself taking $5 from a sick kid.
All right, so yeah, this is looking like Thieves Town here, or at least the front part. So
yeah, ooh, interesting call. I guess if you're here, right? I mean, 5 is just a flute away, but you're here. Oh, it's the ped check.
Oh, okay. This does make sense, and it'll put Slowpoke. Slowpoke will have all the knowledge that Zaruvyen currently has.
Right, and then Zaruvyen has done Thieves Town, but does not know about the mitts that are on Bumper Ledge.
Right. Now,
so that's the difference.
Slowpoke does look like he's going to go ahead and do Thieves Town next.
Mm-hmm. It's first to Pod at this point.
Right. And, well, Zaruvyen.
Yep. Yeah, he can save Back of Desert for another time, but this is new information.
And this is pretty much the last point that we have for progression. Could be hook shot. I mean, it could be a lot of things in Pod. It could be a hook shot, it could be fire rod, it could be mirror, it could be cape, could be powder to lead to, or mushroom to lead to a fetch quest.
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of funny things that could happen. And we love to see those things here on Link to the Past Randomizer.
Speaking of, we also love supporting our racers who are putting on a great show for us already in this first 38 minutes. So make sure to drop them a follow. It really helps. Also shouting out the comms tracker, Restreamer. And we are bow locked with that big key. Unfortunately, the big key doesn't fit in the small keyholes.
What's in our bottles, rather?
I believe they are actually completely empty.
Yeah, I knew one of them was, but I didn't know the other one. So that's unfortunate. Can't even do the camera unlock. Could be going for the mimic clip. We will see.
Well, and Zaruvyen did pick up that bow.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course he did. That's how he did Eastern.
So yeah, is squared away here, but we'll see what is in Pendant Pod. And they're a very opportune mirror, actually, right there. But that will get us to Hera. That'll get us to Hera and a little bit more there.
Yeah, that's Eastern Death Mountain as well. Also in front of Swamp.
Ooh, yeah. Won't be able to do the Specky clip, which was legalized very shortly before League started, but there is a trick in Swamp Palace that we'll see if we get to execute today. Slowpoke forgot someone.
Well, there's that requisite item for the Specky clip, the hook shot down in the basement of Pod.
There we go. So yeah, so that's two things that we needed in Pod.
Onward.
And I think the good news is I don't see Slowpoke going to... At this point, Pod is pretty much a last location for Slowpoke.
Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing. You got Mirror, you got Hookshot, so you opened up a ton already. Do you finish out and do Helma if there's an item? It's debatable.
That's tough. And it's not Green Pendant Pod.
Right, that would make it more enticing, sure. I've lost count of the items in Pod to even say if that's going to happen. But I don't think we saw the map.
We saw the silvers, though.
Okay, this is loaded.
Okay, yeah, this was something. Slowpoke, a little bit off script there for blind, but doesn't actually didn't really take any damage there. So very artful dodging and dancing there. But
may I request that we all bow our heads and respect Pendant Pod? Because, man, that was loaded. You had Silvers, Mirror, Hookshot, Ether. Boy.
Oh, okay. So Slowpoke had Slowpoke did have a thing in the other bottle, and it was a fairy, or sorry, not a fairy, a bee. The other thing.
Yeah, so not quite empty. Yeah, so we can go to East Death Mountain both ways via Mirror and Hookshot. Nice Ice Rod.
Yep. Good news, we are not on an Ice Rod hunt. Really, we're down to where's the Cape and Fire Rod? And maybe Quake.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about it.
I gotta say, this is a really interesting race between the two. Zaruvyen will eventually... Oh, okay. Hey, we like fetch quests, right?
Sure.
At least it's a very quick one, to be fair. But I'm a little bit... Yeah, Zaruvyen does not currently know where the Titan's mitts are. Slowpoke does. So that's going to be that's still the kind of the tough thing that I'm really curious how that will end up going.
So we counted off 4 items out of pod. Was the 5th found?
I
Hookshot, Silvers, Ether, and Mirror, certainly. Ooh. What if Cape is on Helma?
Ew.
That's possible. I don't know. But you're right. Zaruvyen may see the Cape and then be like, well, okay, what do I do with this? All right, I'll check out Bumper Ledge eventually.
Right. Well, and especially up here, definitely will be thinking more Spike Cave.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's got Burnout, too.
Yep. Ooh, Moldorum saying no thank you. And that is a good point. Like Ice Palace, Mire, Turtle Rock are all blocked by Cape at this point. So as another question, is there an item in Hera Basement? Or no, small key is locking itself. Never mind.
Yeah, we're done with it.
There's that hook shot there for Slowpoke.
Right. That is key for a key. Yeah, so after Mushroom, I got a feeling we're gonna see maybe Zaruvyen finish out Desert and then head into maybe Swamp Palace.
Mm-hmm. And Slowpoke thinking about what to do there does opt to go somewhere else.
He did consider that last item on Helma. God help both of these two if it's Cape. Okay, but actually, despite the different routes, we are synced up.
Right, like this is very close between the two. They're putting on 2 very different routes and pretty similar results overall. Slowpoke does not have that ice rod. But Paradox Cave isn't too bad to get to. It's not like Graveyard Ledge. It's not hidden away.
That's right. Yeah. So that is one thing that Slowpoke has not done, and then he's finished Desert, whereas Zaruvyen only did the front. Ooh, Ruby getting bullied by the shooters.
No kidding, but... And there's the fire rod.
Cool. So we are mitts via cape away from a pretty good chance at go mode. Still do not know what the Meyer medallion is. Or the Turtle Rock medallion, for that matter.
Yeah, we're still short 2 medallions there. But this is... And we're 49 minutes in. Slowpoke, I think, just learned how to do Speccy Clip today. We'll opt to just go ahead and do the vanilla route here. And this will actually be a little bit of a demonstration of the difference of time between the two strategies.
Yeah, that's a good 20-something seconds that Zaruvyen just picked up.
Additionally, Zaruvyen does have the spare key now. So that can also shorten time a little bit. Opting to go straight to the back, which, yeah, for Zaruvyen, Zaruvyen's looking for mitts and maybe a medallion along the way. So it makes sense. Slowpoke is going to go ahead and check out Left Side Swamp, though.
Interesting. What was in Compass Chest here? Because I don't think we saw a dungeon item yet. Interesting to go left side if you haven't seen a dungeon item.
Yeah, well, there's the first one. And yeah, I don't think. Okay, so yeah, Slowpoke has not yet seen any dungeon items.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, one item is over there, or big key, and it's the item is locked in the big chest. Guess it depends on what's on Argus. If the map is on Argus, then Slowpoke's a little bit more vindicated going over here.
All right, phase 1 down, and Hi-Ho Silver's away. Goes Argus. And there's that cape. So left side swamp being 100% required. So now the question is for Slowpoke. When does Slowpoke's going to go ahead and turn that in? And really, Skullwoods. So you got Skullwoods, Hera. Slowpoke's going to feel like, oh no, it's an Ice Rod hunt. It's just in Paradox Cave though, so
that's not so much of a hunt.
Yeah, it's not. But
that's like, where did I leave my car keys hunt? Right, it's only in a couple spots.
But Lamaga, where did you leave your car keys?
I don't know. Where's my meme car keys?
To locate your car keys, please add your mother's maiden name and the last 4 digits of your social security. And all right, and Zaruvyen going to go ahead and do Left Side Swamp, which will net the cape. So right now, it's pretty close between the two. Slowpoke will. I'm going to be curious who enters go mode first.
Yeah, this still has a lot of intrigue in it.
Right.
Slowpoke is going to get that right away. Yeah, he's going to do all the mountain in one shot, light and dark.
That's true. But yeah, the main thing that is still sort of outstanding here is Quake required. I would guess not, or it's going to be like under the mat of either Mire or Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Do you go check out the Mire medallion first, and then if you have it, just do Mire? But say you don't, right? Do you lose more time checking that out, going to mountain, or doing all the mountain, then going to check it. I guess it's a wash, maybe.
Yeah, and
I still got to do like ice. No, you don't have to do ice.
And Zaruvyen will likely do Skullwoods at this point, being kind of the next. And actually, that would be good for Zaruvyen because that would then lead Zaruvyen kind of closer to that, to those mitts.
Yep.
Slowpoke did have to go back. So this is a little bit more time back for Zaruvyen, because Slowpoke had to leave one item in that big chest, just a heart container. And both runners, a little bit of heads up play, remembering, right, we've got a tablet over here that we should definitely check.
Yeah, that's one that sometimes escapes runners' minds. Once you're out of Swamp Palace or in the neighborhood, go ahead and do that. So as you suggested, here is Skullwoods for Zaruvyen, and likely going to check out Bumper Ledge after that. Or before that, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see which direction. And either way, it's not going to be bad. Like, we need to do Skullwoods. We need to complete it out. It's just you may complete a little bit more of Skullwoods looking for the Titan's Mitts. Good news also is we'll get Bombos, so that will put our racers pretty much in item parity at this point. Still a couple things that are a little bit different, like I think Slowpoke does have Slowpoke has the blue tunic or the blue mail right now as well.
Mm-hmm. Believe that was up on the mountain.
Blue mail was in. It was somewhere.
I could be making that up.
It was either up there or it might have been in the back of Swamp Palace. In the flooded chests.
Mm. Oh, that's right. Yep.
All right, and Slowpoke is on an ice rod hunt officially. Good news is we know where it is. Kind of unfortunately for Zaruvyen, both items are in the front of Skullwoods today, so we'll have to circle back a little bit.
Yeah, there's the Bombos medallion up front, I believe in the compass chest. So yeah, definitely going to want to get that on the off chance we have a Bombos medallion entry.
Yep, it was that and a heart container in pinball room.
I think he'll be less enthused about that one. He's on 13 hearts already.
13 hearts, blue mail.
But on Zaruvyen to poke Moth with the gold sword and not spin, because spin does not do damage. I do not believe so.
Yep. The gold sword had to be actually patched in a little bit to that to be a change made to the Links to the Past randomizer code to allow gold sword swings to even damage Moth there. All right, but Moth does go down for Zaruvyen, and Slowpoke about to enter that fight.
Yeah, pretty soon, like you said, item parity. We are now on crystal parity as well. Like, I'm just trying to see what is the right path here. Once Zaruvyen picks up the mitts.
Right. There is one other possible distraction for Zaruvyen. I don't think he goes for it, but that is also Pyramid Fairy unlocked now for Zaruvyen.
True.
All right, and Slowpoke is going to go ahead and give us our first look into the mire area. And it's Ether. All right, and Zaruvyen is going to go ahead and see those mitts. Meanwhile, though, Slowpoke going into mire here. So with a little bit of a lead here. But Zaruvyen will be able to do back-to-back mire and desert here. So going to be nice and concise there. And that is a good point. Well, Slowpoke may go ahead and clear out more of mire than needed. Really depends on where the big key is and where the ice rod ends up being. Zaruvyen, though, checking graveyard ledge here. A little curious. Unless he's looking for Quake specifically. Oh, well, like that Quake.
Not going to find it.
Well, that was timely. Yeah, and
do that again. That was fun. Can you find another item that you can pull out? Like, I don't know, the bug net.
I was almost wondering if that was going to be it. But yeah, the ice rod is in Paradox Cave, up in the Paradox 5. Zaruvyen going to go ahead and skip Mire Shed, which that's the correct call. But yeah, I'm still a little curious, unless just looking for armor or
maybe half magic.
Half magic. Yeah, that's fair. And there's the big key for Slowpoke. So Slowpoke has a decision. Slowpoke's gotten one item so far. But he is officially on the clock because Zaruvyen is likely in go mode.
Well, there's the second item. It's not a tough decision now. That is
very fortunate for Slowpoke there.
Yeah, he could have gone much longer on that.
All right, and with Zaruvyen going this way, that will guarantee all of our racers will have all three medallions. So officially, Zaruvyen is in go mode.
I gotta believe Slowpoke just goes straight for the mountain. It's the densest play. He doesn't have to do Ice Palace, and everything, he can do in one shot up there. So as long as he stays his course, he'll be in go mode momentarily too.
Right. Doing the bunk there. Very swag. Much yes. All right, and there's that item number 2 there for Zaruvyen.
And then big key is in this lobby chest, right?
It is, yep.
Yep. All right, Silver's making quick work of the little eyeballs and slightly less quick work of the big eyeball.
Yep. Vitreous, don't blink, you'll miss it. All right, and that is Vitreous down for Slowpoke. Zaruvyen, fortunately, will get a magic refill momentarily here, but taking a couple extra hits, though, along the way.
All right, we're going to see Checkerboard, and then we will likely see the Mire Shed as well from Slowpoke.
So Slowpoke did already do Mire Shed.
Oh, he did do that. That's great.
Yeah, like 320 rupees. So
yeah. All right. Gonna check the mountain? You are.
Yep. All right. So that is going to be very beneficial there for Slowpoke. And with the hook shot out, okay, this also makes sense. Go do Hera. Slowpoke has not yet done Hera. Needs to get onto that ladder.
Yeah, I think Hera makes sense to do first.
Yeah, very, very
A, B,
quick.
C, D, yeah. All right, as long as he doesn't follow this mushroom to its conclusion.
although that would also, like, going one item versus...
yeah.
8,
you know.
9, 11, 13, 14?
No, not going to happen. But gambles can sometimes pay off. That's a pretty steep gamble, though.
Yep, and when it comes to Link to the Past randomizer, the house always wins. That is... I did forget where the items were here, so good to know that at least item 1 was pretty early.
Very nice bread pot. A variant of the Hera pot for Slowpoke.
And item 2.
Yeah, just like you said, Ruby doing Desert immediately after Mire, just because it's right there.
And yeah, chat bringing up a good point. Like, with the flute, mushroom check is really quick. The main concern, though, is that's not where the item is. And then to get back to the top of the mountain definitely is a good minute.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. In his case, though, he's already done the west side of it, so he'd do the east side via hook shot, which is where he needs to go anyway. So, I mean, minor time loss, but he's not going to do it.
Yeah. We may see Spiral Cave first here, and then, but yeah, after this, this will be Zaruvyen. This is really close between the two racers. I'm all for this.
This is what you come here for.
And Slowpoke being a little bit more thorough, going to go ahead and open Turtle Rock first. I really hope Slowpoke doesn't dip into TR looking for the Ice Rod.
That would be bad. I think it's just to get this open so he can come in without having to mirror again.
That would make sense.
But he's got to do all of this. He's going to do Hookshot and Super Bunny, of course, and then he'll do Paradox, whereas Ruby just opens it up and goes right in.
Right, like Zaruvyen has a little bit of a lead, so this really could come down to Ganon Tower routing. And to be fair, the checks that Slowpoke is making right now are very quick. But it is still time, and it's time that right now can't afford.
Okay, he's going to go spiral, and then he's going to come back up via... Well, no, he'll probably come back up on Super Bunny.
And that's just unfortunate routing. It is interesting to note, though, that Quake in Mire was required.
It's Zaruvyen into Turtle Rock. Going for his last crystal. While Slowpoke is about to head into Go Mode, we have a channel prediction. Where do you think the Ganon's Tower big key is going to be? I guess we're doing this now because it's going to be just a few seconds between Turtle Rock and Ganon's Tower. So bet your channel points, and you can lose them, or you can win even more channel points to bet on more channel points later.
Of all the systems, it is one of them. All right, and Slowpoke is in Go Mode. And actually, Powder's not that bad either.
No.
But that was everything you needed there. So it is time for Slowpoke to skedaddle.
Yeah, so it looks like he's still going to go up the Super Bunny way. I don't know if he even checks these chests. I don't think anything is going to make too significant of a difference here. Well, he only has one bottle compared to Zaruvyen's 2. Neither of which has a potion, so going to have to manage their magic up the tower and on Ganon.
So I do believe Slowpoke did purchase a blue potion a little earlier. So that should alleviate those concerns. But yeah, Slowpoke gonna go ahead and go into TR as well. About half a Turtle Rock behind at this point. So that could come down to GT, and it will come down to between GT and Execution.
And having to get the lava chest, because that's where the big key is. No getting around that one.
Zaruvyen having pretty aggressive execution there. Barreling through the anti-fairies there.
Yeah, well, just like we were saying, powder's nice to have, and that's a great example of why. You are allowed to do those with the powder.
Right. It gives you a lot more freedom, definitely. And yeah, Zaruvyen going to go ahead and just rush the back, not going to check the big chest, which there's a chance that the big chest could be the required small key. It's not a great chance, but it is a chance, I think. All right, and here we are at Laser Bridge. Just looking for a small key at this point.
And it's on Laser Bridge. So, all that's left is this turtle snake creature and Ganon's tower. Slowpoke, yeah, still keeping pace. It's still, like you said earlier, about half of Turtle Rock behind.
Now, we'll see if Slowpoke could go the Mimic Cave route, but that would not... that would actually lose a little bit of time as well. Very quick first two heads of Trinex down, though, for Zaruvyen.
Quick third head as well.
Yep, that's all three. And Slowpoke is going to go ahead and dip out just to get the checkpoint there. And double check big chest. So a little bit more thorough play. But Zaruvyen going to go ahead and get crystal number 7. And that is going to get us into Ganon's tower.
All right. Did you bet any points?
I didn't, but I'm going to guess number 5.
Good guess. I also didn't bet any of these points, but I don't know. I'll guess 7, wherever 7 ends up being.
And to clarify, we will be going off of Zaruvyen's item count. So if Slowpoke gets it, if Slowpoke gets it in fewer checks, it's still going to count towards Zaruvyen's.
One nice little small key we need.
Yep. And rest in peace, Bob. the glitched anti-fairy.
Two, 3, 4, and 5 ends up not being it. We do have enough keys to go right, hence the mirror.
All right, that's 6 and 7. We continue on.
Now here's something. If it's in Compass Room, and Slowpoke ends up going right, there was a key in Hope Room. Could close a little bit of a gap. Alternatively, if it's left side and Slowpoke goes full left, there's also another way to close the gap.
And Slowpoke, I think, does tend to go full left at times, so I wouldn't be surprised by that.
8, 9, 10, 11. Still nothing. We are on the left side.
All right, and Zaruvyen will opt to go back to the left, check Fire Bar, Fire Snake, Randomizer Room. And yeah, Zaruvyen did come really close to that Wall Master there. But let's see what direction Slowpoke goes. Still a bit of catching up to do here for Slowpoke, but or it's right there.
Yeah, if he goes full left, there's not far to go. It's Stalfos and then Firebar.
And that's going to get that's going to get the keys needed along the way as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there were 2 in Stalfos alone. Plus the one on the torch.
All right, and now we begin the Ganon's Tower climb here for Zaruvyen. Making short work of the red mimics there with that silver arrows. We've had a fantastic race tonight between the two.
Oh yeah, certainly. I've enjoyed watching this. I'm glad I signed up to con this, and I'm glad you're here along with me, Finch. Some lead changes, some divergence, and just all around good race, good execution by both.
Yep. And Slowpoke is indeed going full left, so is about to pick up the big key.
All right, it's a race. If it wasn't before, it is now.
It's going to come down to execution on the climb. Zaruvyen does have like a 2-minute maybe head start. It's not insurmountable. It is Zaruvyen's race to lose though right now. So and making very quick work of the gauntlet here as well.
Well, congratulations to our points winners. Looks like Jawsome Sauce and 2 others. I don't see the details, but over 20,000 points gambling on 11 to 15. GG's. All right, so we got a minute 34 time difference after the Mimic. Mimic 1.
All right. Zaruvyen also something to keep an eye on. Down to 4 hearts, so should be fine throughout this way, and does have powder, so. But otherwise, yeah, making quick work of this upstairs of GT. Great dash line there, takes down all the guards. Unfortunately, Slowpoke having a little bit of trouble here with his Isaacs.
No. He's getting away from him. Okay, he gets him. What a place for a bottle. Full of blue.
Right? That's very useful. And a very short work of Lambo there. 1 cycle there on the Slowpoke side. Ooh, Zaruvyen a little close to the edge there.
Very close to that edge.
But yeah, with that blue goo, 14 hearts max, even at 11 now, Zaruvyen's in really good shape right now. Slowpoke's on the latter third of the climb. Zaruvyen is at the top, about to fight Aghanim and practice some agonometry.
I always hated that subject in high school.
Yeah, they kept on changing the answer on me like every 6 seconds. And these are very interesting patterns too.
Yeah, he's not able to line up a good clean double or ooh, that was nice, but I think those two hit at the same time. Doesn't matter. The wizard is dead. Or is he?
Surprise! Turns out it was a green bat all along. And Slowpoke does get knocked off by Moldorm.
That's rough.
Meanwhile, Zaruvyen and Aga were not meant. Why is there a light in the fridge?
Because the food's afraid of the dark? I don't know.
Aww. It's just a little nightlight.
It's a nightlight, yeah.
Zaruvyen only needs 6 slashes each, especially after a seed where... down.
Careful.
Oh.
You got that blue goo. Just go, but you got to manage it because you don't have half magic.
Oh, and it was the net after Moldorm too. Yeah. I mean, if Zaruvyen does take a fall or a death here, is right now on time, but this is close. Silvers, though, this is a good lineup. That's a good lineup there.
Yeah, this is almost a done deal. He's got 2 arrows, 3 arrows in the pig. 4, rather. All right. Get your GGs going for Zaruvyen.
GGs. What a race.
I know, right?
And on the most important half heart, Zaruvyen does finish in first place with an official time of 1 hour, 24 minutes, 19 seconds. Get your GGs in chat.
Very nice on Zaruvyen's part. Very good on Slowpoke's part as well. This was not easy for either one. This was very close. And with this, that means the Grouchy Old Men and Where's My Meme item split the series. Vert's overtaking Amarith earlier in the first game. We'll see if in just a moment or so we can get our 2 racers in.
Yeah, and we'll probably wait till after Slowpoke finishes as well. But yeah, so that will move. Both teams actually will move to, or I guess Grouchy Old Men move to 1 and 3, Meme item to 2 and 2.
It's a tough division we've got.
It really is. I'm looking at your division right now, and it's a spicy one.
I mean, there's a team called the Uncle Routers. Bread, Hitman, and Orange. Anyone?
So Orange was my mentor for the mentor tournament back in 2022. Very excellent racer. But get your GGs in chat as Slowpoke takes down Ganon, races the sword. It's about to cross the finish line. GGs.
GGs. Slowpoke coming in second with a time of 1 hour, 26 minutes, 12 seconds, according to racetime.gg.
What a race. And it came down to... It really came down to routing to a degree. And we are joined with our 2 racers, Zaruvyen and Slowpoke. GG to the 2 of you.
Oh, GG.
Oh my goodness. So Zaruvyen, how'd it feel seeing those mitts?
First of all, effectively, those are on left side slump because of where the cape is. So why exactly is that there? Secondly,
Yeah, that was a
Mitts go
awful placement.
Good.
Yeah, Mitts go mode ended up being, I think it ended up being the difference there. It was neck and neck for most of the seed.
One of the key differences, though, right? Slowpoke had seen the mitts and Zaruvyen had not, right? So once Slowpoke had the cape, he knew where to go. Zaruvyen, we saw you go into Skullwoods, and we knew it was not long for you to come upon those mitts anyway.
Yeah, there's no way you don't do Skullwoods into North Dark World there, I think, especially since you just pulled a cape.
All right, and as we're working on Slowpoke's audio,
all right, I realized I turned my mic off. My bad.
Oops.
Oh, whoops. GG's.
Thanks. GG's to everybody.
All right, so Slowpoke, it turned into an ice rod hunt, sort of.
Yeah, it sort of did. I was really, really hoping for Cape Go mode, just because Cape Go mode, but didn't work out that way. Or at least not on my side.
Yeah, that was So there were two pieces of information that the other had. You had Lumberjack Ledge for a little bit, but you had the MITS information early on. Zaruvyen, I think 6 minutes in is when you checked Pedestal, very early, which granted just couch cash, but it's one thing that you didn't have to think of later.
Yeah, no, I think I thought about it briefly the first time I was taking that portal. The second time I was like, all right, we still have a healthy list of things that can still be on pedestal. Let's go and check. Okay, cash, let's go. Especially because I didn't want to go Pendant Thieves or Pod for a while.
Right, and we were a little concerned about Thieves, about Thieves, and just kind of some of the choices. The good news was Ice Palace probably wasn't that tempting at the time, especially. I mean, for Zaruvyen, it was a non-starter, just looking for MITS Go mode. But Zaruvyen, the net was that last check, that post Moldorm.
Dang it! I finish outside of Go mode. Can't finish the seed without all 3 meme items. The cycle's not complete, man. Now I got to go climb GT again.
But hey, you got that single arrow of destiny. That was Hype Cave, right? So there you go. That was hype.
Here's hype.
Super hype.
So I want to ask, I guess both of you, right? What a loaded pod.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I was thinking the entire time, okay, do I just leave on this mirror? No, I don't think I can. Okay, do I just leave on this hook shot? What if it's MITS in here or something? I don't know, but Fire Rod's back here. Okay, Ether, we're done. We're not even going to Helma.
You got silvers out of that too.
Yeah, bow locked bow. Thanks, game.
Yeah, I think I did the same thing. Oh, I think I did the same thing. It's like, all right, cool. We have the mirror. This is awesome. Do I leave? No, we just explore pod easier. And Helba can just sit even with his item.
Well, so here's, a kind of a turning point. Slowpoke, Zaruvyen had already done Thieves Town, and so we knew it didn't have much. Neither of you had done Pod, and we're like, well, I guess it's first to Palace of Darkness. You ended up going into Thieves Town after the bottle. Was it just, hey, I'm going to turn in the bottle, and well, while I'm here, might as well? Because you had the opportunity to do Pod while you finished Eastern.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's a check I don't want to do versus a check I don't want to do. These towns a lot quicker, a lot more streamlined.
Sure.
Pod, especially without the mirror, I was like, all right, it could be 5 items, but that's a big chunk of time commitment, especially without that mirror to get out of the big chest in every area.
I thought about doing Pod first. I was like, I don't have mirror. Do I want to do Pendant Pod first or finish Eastern first?
I think the Eastern call is easy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then you get the mirror and you're just like, facepalm.
Yeah, it's like, but it was what it was. But excellent execution between the two of you as well. Very different approaches between the two. Like Zaruvyen, you were definitely you were counting on hey, we're just gonna run through here and just we're gonna be fine. We got that powder. That powder later on, I think definitely helped with confidence. And then Slowpoke being methodical and using your items, especially I think early on, Mini Moldorm with the Canis Tamaria, take those down. But excellent run, you two.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I liked how this seed kind of panned out. Definitely had some time to save, but I'll take it.
So let's look ahead, right? Now that this series is over, right, at a split of 1-1. Next week, who is your opponent, Zaruvyen?
I believe we have... Hold on, let me just double check my notes here. We've got IRL is so hectic next week.
Very good. Who's going to be taking on the 2 races from your team? Do you know?
Not me.
All right.
I have not been able to have a good AAD keys seed at all since it was announced. I can't wrap my head around the mode. I don't know what it is.
And then Slowpoke, the grouchy old men are going to face. Remind me who we're going to face, actually. If you know. Joy of Rando.
Right,
That's right.
Rando. Yep.
And I believe you and Verts will be taking on those two.
Yep. Shimaru and Arya Stark.
Very good. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing how the rest of the season turns out for this division. It's going to be a bloodbath to the end, I'm sure.
Oh, this division is so stacked.
It is.
It's an interesting division. It's a tough one. But if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
It's up to you, New York, New York.
All right.
You know, I have to play up your song references.
Oh, of course. But also a huge shout out to Moonrise and Phoenix for tracking, pressing the buttons, keeping us honest, and also for Artaro for restreaming and making this happen. Also appreciate you two having identical collection rates. By the way.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Really? 147. Let's go.
There we go.
Definitely. Also, thank you, Finch, for co-comming with me. I had a great time. This was a good race to com with someone.
Absolutely. I had a blast coming with you, Lumaga, and best of luck to both Grouchy Old Men and to Meme Item. Where's my Meme Item as well in the rest of y'all's series.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck.
Thank you. And best of luck to you, Finch.
Coming up.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck, everybody, and thank you again for the restream. Thank you to comms trackers, restreamer, and everyone that's watching.
Yeah, ditto. Thank you, Phoenix, for stepping in and tracking tonight. You two for. I'm sure this is going to be a fun one to watch back. And Arturo just wants to watch me suffer. That's why he keeps putting me up.
All right. So looking ahead at the schedule, currently it doesn't. We've got plenty of matches Thursday. For Open League, I'm not seeing any currently on a league channel, but if they are, make sure to follow the ALTTPR League, this channel, as well as the ALTTPR League 2 and 3 and 4. Over in the Invitational, there are a lot of races, though, starting at about 12:10 p.m. Eastern on Speed Gaming 2. A lot of races going from. You can get your fill of rando throughout the entire day. It looks like actually there will be at least one race going like every single minute between Speed Gaming 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you'll get your fill of ALTTPR and casual boots. But that's all I've got. Thank you, everyone. And again, GG's. And Lumaga, get the final word.
Great. Give everyone a follow. And hope to see you back next time.